Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Melrose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Wednesday, April 6, 2022. And the sun is in Aries today with Mercury and Chiron. Sun, Mercury, and Chiron just finished up their triple conjunction a couple of days ago, which sought to bring our attention and our analysis to our comfort in self-expression, our sense of belonging in many contexts, our ability to be inclusive in general. Aries influenced people, also Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius. This post-conjunction phase may be especially relevant to you. Everyone experiences these things a little bit differently. However it's been going for you, these energies will linger with us a few more days before they begin to fade. Chiron will be in Aries through April of 2027, so expect these themes of belonging, inclusion, and comfort and self-expression to keep coming up. Sun in Aries is especially a time for fresh starts. Take the initiative on something that's important to you personally. Aries ruling planet Mars is in conjunction with Saturn right now, so our attention should be on the work we have to do to make a great beginning to our zodiac year. Community involvement is going to have a pull at this time, a pull to it for us at this time as well, since Mars and Saturn are in Aquarius. The waxing crescent moon is in Gemini all day today. This is a great time to engage in conversations, debate, and banter with the people we keep close as we lay our plans for the next steps in our quest for global domination. And I'm going to get right into the aspects, but first I will point out the handcrafted key on the right-hand side of the page. Most of the symbols on the page have made it into the key. If you desire a point of reference, it's right here. I have otherwise divided the page into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. Now, the moon is the luminary that sheds light on our inner lives. And this is your relationship with yourself, what it feels like for you to be in your body, heart, and mind, and in your home. The transits and aspects that the moon makes are all very brief, and they may have some impact on those things you think, feel, know, and intuit, but may not ever choose to express. Now, the sun is the luminary that sheds light on our outer lives. This is how you show up in the world, specifically how you express yourself in your work, social, and civic spaces. I address the sun and the rest of the planet's movements on this side because they have more to do with how we express ourselves outside of the heart and home. And we begin on the sun side the sun side of the page today at 7:32 a.m. Central Standard Time, friends. Sun makes sextile to the moon. This aspect indicates the waxing crescent moon. It usually just comes up when we're somewhere in between that new moon and that first quarter moon. It's not really a halfway point, but we'll see it come up at some point in between. And this aspect symbolically is a moment of excellent cooperative energy between our inner life and our outer life. Cooperation is a great energy to experience with all this Aries initiative and Mars at work in the air. Today is going to be a great day to get stuff done. On the sun side of the page in the ongoing column, Mars did make a conjunct with Saturn a couple days ago that will be with us in form through the 10th. Aries, Capricorn, Aquarius, you all may be most affected by this. This represents a time to get serious with our personal sense of initiative. Mars and Saturn work really well together as a team. Initially, we may experience a little bit of impatience or restlessness or resentment about following rules or just having to do work, but really put yourself into the labor of the important things that require your attention at this time. Take advantage of the slower pace that is on offer to get into the details and really take care of business. And then on the moon side of the page today at 3:56 this morning, this afternoon, Moon goes sextile to Mercury. Whatever it is that's going on in the heart and home at this time, we want to talk about it. Sextile energy brings in the cooperation, and cooperation makes it happen. So go ahead and have the conversation, and you can make something happen. And then these next two we'll take together right here at 7:26 this evening. Moon goes trine to Saturn. Moon and Saturn will really find us feeling something about our boundaries and our limitations. The trine functioning here tells us this is an excellent moment of self-control that could really give us the strength to enforce a boundary that we've had difficulty with, or to break through a limitation that has been getting in our way. And then at 7:42, the moon goes square to Jupiter. So moon and Jupiter together always put us in this jovial, generous mood, and we can be very good company, but the influence of the square aspect comes as a warning against giving too much of ourselves and our resources. So Jupiter and Saturn, in a lot of ways, they couldn't be more different. Jupiter is giving and Saturn is restrictive. Jupiter acts from a place of love and wanting us to grow, and Saturn often acts from a place of fear, or at least of protection of what we already have. So between the hours of like 7:30 and 9:45 this evening, Saturn is actually in the stronger position with the trine functioning there. Jupiter appears to lend us an opportunity to share and be loving, and when the time comes to enforce a boundary, we're given the ideal functioning to do that. So when you see that opportunity, go ahead and take it. And then here are another pair of mingling lunar aspects. At 9:54, Moon square Neptune. This is a period of time when we may struggle to believe our senses. 9:54. The square aspect brings in a challenging vibration. If you're unsure what the truth of the matter is, ask really specific questions, or, just give it some time. And then at 10:15, and this is a void of course moon, which means it's making its last aspect in the sign of Gemini. Moon goes trine to Mars. Moon in aspect with Mars brings out our sense of personal initiative. And again, this trine aspect energy is very positive, even ideal. If there's something in your life, in your personal life especially, that you want or need to take care of, now is a good time to make a start. Taken together, these two aspects tell me that we're given a challenge in the form of a mystery, okay? And a well-functioning inner drive to solve it between the hours of basically 10 p.m. and 12:15 in the morning, especially. And then this void of course period is about 12 hours long, giving us all the wee hours of the morning to develop our intuition and have important conversations with ourselves. The moon goes into Cancer at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, Mercury will go sextile to Saturn, giving us cause to analyze our boundaries and limitations. Friday brings us a first quarter moon in Cancer. This will be a time to turn dreams and plans into actions toward the culmination of some goals. And the moon in Cancer tells me that this is going to have a lot to do with the acting from the heart and the home. It's going to have a lot to do with interacting with the people that we keep close to us to bring us closer to those goals. And then on Sunday, Mercury zooms ahead into Taurus, bringing our speedy, initiative-based, grandiose ideas and plans back down to earth so we can focus on where the growth needs to happen. Okay, and that's it for today's astrology. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. I post here every day. I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. And friends, I appreciate it so much when you comment to ask questions or provide encouragement. It isn't just gratifying for me to know you're listening, but it lets the YouTube algorithm monster know that you are engaged in the content. Also, if you know anyone for whom this guidance may resonate, I encourage you to share. Word of mouth has always been my best advertiser. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk about Tarot as it relates to astrology today. First, I will discuss the Tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll do a quick rundown of today's astrology before throwing a random card that hopefully speaks to today's energies. So let's get into it. Okay, the Tarot card that sits on the side of the page is the Three of Wands, and this relates directly astrologically to the second 10 days of the sun's transit through Aries. So, put in context, we had the Two of Wands before this. Two of Wands is the beginning of that wand journey. Wands are fire. Aries is the cardinal fire sign. So we're at the beginning of the fire story, and we're really at the beginning of, how do I want to say this? We're at the beginning of the zodiac year. We're really in the middle of the beginning of spring, and we're really making a lot of fresh starts right now. Like if you were making, New Year's resolutions back in January when it was the dead of winter and it was really hard to get any initiative or motivation to do anything for yourself, sort of outside of the home or outside of your heart and mind. You were not alone. That's not the best time of year to make a fresh start. This is the time to be making a fresh start, a new commitment to, the things you want to accomplish in the world. And so that's what we're doing. Put in context, Two of Wands was a time when we, sort of discovered, we pulled together all the resources that we had, we created this plan, and we transformed that plan into something that was in action, a thing that was actually happening. And so now, we're down the road a bit. We've made a good start. We're seeing rapid growth to our plan. We're seeing results from the start that we made, from the push we made to put those resources together and put them in motion. And we're looking ahead. We can see our opportunities and our possibilities expanding. We can see how the plan is going to grow and change. We can see the obstacles that may be in our way, and we may be able to have some foresight where that is concerned. And if you know any Aries sons like me, like foresight is not the forte. So that's an issue for some people. It's not an issue for everybody. Lots of people have great foresight, but there are also lots of people in the world who are not very good at looking ahead. So some of the advice in this card is, while you're looking ahead to the goals that you're pursuing, while you are, passionately driven to do the work and get the stuff done to get you to your goal, don't forget that there are obstacles coming up. Don't try to pretend you don't see the obstacles coming up. Go ahead and just, plan for them. Have an idea how you're going to get around them when you get there, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cards a little bit more while I remind myself and the cards that the sun is in Aries with Chiron and Mercury. They just a couple days ago finished up that big triple conjunct, and we've been having these conversations about belonging, inclusion, and just being able to express ourselves as we are, in the company of the people that we choose to keep around us. And that's definitely personal work. That's work we have to do on ourselves, and it's work we have to do on ourselves, sort of so that we can be good company to other people and good examples to other people of what self-expression and inclusion look like. And then the waxing crescent moon will be a first quarter moon in a couple of days. And it's a time to be getting ready to act. Okay, so we've dreamt and we've planned and we've we've gotten we've pulled our resources together, right? And so we know what we have, and now in a couple of days we're going to switch to acting on those plans. We're gonna be working toward the culmination of some goal, or at least the partial culmination of some goal with the full moon, which is in a week and a couple of days. So now's the time to start planning your actions so that when the time comes, you're not sitting there still deciding what you're going to do next. And, in the outer life, we have that sun sextile moon thing that comes with the crescent, the waxing crescent moon. And this is, really positive functioning between your outer self and your inner self. And, this cooperative functioning makes things happen. So you're a really effective person today. We're all really effective people today. We have a lot of initiative. We have communication on our side, like really direct communication, and this ability to sort of fit in or express ourselves in a way that feels pretty natural. So, use that to your advantage as you're becoming prepared to act. And then Mars conjunct Saturn right now. Nothing to it but to do it, friends. You've just got to get to work on those things that are important, that are calling to your attention, that have, deadlines on them, that have timestamps on them, that need to get done, whether or not they have timestamps on them. Like, if it's something that's going to take a lot of work, but it's really something you've got to get sort of out of the way before you can, make progress on your bigger goals, then now is the time to do the work. And then on the moon side, I see a lot of really positive stuff. We've got a couple of challenges in there, but they came coupled. Each of those challenges came coupled with a trine, which is a harmonious functioning. So it was really just like, it's almost like you're being set up with a challenge so that you can be shown how easy it is to be successful in the face of a challenge. And I really like those vibes. And also, this afternoon, that first one that we get is to communicate to make it happen, right? That's cooperation and communication and the inner life. So have a conversation with yourself, have a conversation with somebody you keep close to you, somebody in your domestic sphere, especially, and, cooperation. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn this card. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I like this card, friends. So let's talk about Pentacles for a second. Pentacles is external resources. It's not necessarily so much about, like Cups is this internal resource of emotion and creativity and intuition, and Fire is this internal resource of passion and drive to get things done. And Pentacles does represent an internal resource, but it's the internal resource that helps you gather your external resources or grow your external resources, right? It's sort of the life the life that is in the soil, right? That is there to help you grow your tomatoes once you plant your tomatoes there, right? Those tomatoes don't come from nothing; they come from sunshine and soil. So you've got to be. We've got a little sunshine there, and we've got a little soil right there. Queen of Pentacles, is often very richly garbed, and here she's garbed in what it looks like ermine, or some sort of a white fur stole. And usually she's shown with like a little white rabbit. So that white fur is an indication of intuition. We have a certain intuition, we have a certain way of managing our resources. And when I talk about our resources, I'm talking about our bodies, our personal wellness, and also I'm talking about our finances, our money, and the stuff that we have that's of value to us, right? So we're always trying to grow in good health our bodies, and we're also always trying to grow in good health our wealth and finances, our possessions. And often she'll be depicted as pregnant, or she just has this ball on her lap, so she looks as though she might be pregnant. This is a person who knows how to plant a seed, who knows how to nurture it and make it grow, right? So, having made a start, we're planting seeds. And part of the reason we plant these seeds is not just about the adventure. It's not just about the experience we want to have, right? It's about the material resources we hope to gain from making that investment of spirit, drive, passion, love, and, even the emotional investments that we make. And then, this comes with the pentacle investment comes with sort of time and nurturance. Okay, so here's a person, the Queen of Pentacles, who knows how to take her time. She knows where to plant the seed. She knows, which way to point it in the soil, and she knows how much water to give it. What kind of nutrients are going to be right for it, and then she's going to take the time to sit and watch it grow. She gets a lot of pleasure out of that, and once it's grown, it will be born into something, material that is for her, that she created, which is awesome. Also, I see the wing of Mercury there on top of her head. So, I see that there's a lot of communication to be had there. Let's see, Earth signs. Taurus is Venus. There's a lot of communication to be had with Venus, and then Virgo is an Earth sign, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So you've definitely got communication there, and then Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, which is just like paying attention to the work that you have to do, right? So take those together. Take that love and nurturance of Taurus, and you take the communication and the desire to help and mend and make things better. And then you take Capricorn, which is just the desire to get the work done, knowing that if you put in the work, you will have a good outcome. And there you have the Queen of Pentacles. And together with the Three of Wands, I think that's great, because even as you're looking out to your goals, and even as you're like sort of spotting the obstacles in your path before you get to them, so that you can, hopefully intercept them and know what to do with them by the time you get to them. You also have this seed that you're carrying. You have this this desire. You have this wealth that you are nurturing, and this health that you are nurturing. You have this physical abundance that you seek as you go through this. So don't forget to nurture yourself, and don't forget to nurture your plans. Don't just set the plan and leave it. Plans are always subject to change, right? So keep your eye on it, keep your heart and your mind on it, give it nurturance, and you'll get to that far, sure. All right, I think that's all I have to say about it today. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you all a whole lot. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.